Hello, good evening. Welcome to Season 7, Episode 19 of the Plastic Crack Podcast, proudly sponsored by our friends over at Boards and Swords. Welcome. If you're watching on the catch-up, remember to click all of our YouTube channels, Facebook pages, email groups. Steve's down there. He'll let me know if I've forgotten anything. Dom's there. There we go.
That was
done.
Epic. Absolutely epic.
Absolutely well done.
It's done. Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight.
What about Spotify?
Nice and simple one today. Oh, Spotify. Right. Do remember to go and watch on Spotify as long as we've remembered to empty the cache on StreamYard so that Dom can actually upload it onto Spotify and we haven't just sat there like lemmings. And just let it overflow. So there we go. Now that's all out of the way. Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. Chilled one tonight. We are just going to do some hobbying and just chat. So if you've got any questions, I'll talk about the revelation actually about what our most watched stream is in a second. But yeah, you got any questions? Drop them down below. We may answer them. We just want to get some painting done and have a good old-fashioned chin wag. But are you guys all right? How's everything in down south and up north?
I mean, down south, it's actually beautifully sunny at the moment. It's just, but 5 seconds ago, it was absolutely pissing it down.
I feel like you're mocking me after I told you about my day.
I know. No, now it's lovely, but it's been like that all day. It's been 1 minute, it's been beautiful, and then the next minute, it's been absolutely pissing it down. But no, it's been a good day. It's been a good weekend. All very good.
Excellent.
I may have had some fun and games with a new project, but apart from that, it's all good. Yeah.
Excellent.
What about you, Steve?
Yeah, it's been nice here. Really nice day from about midday onwards. Really sunny. It's been nice. It's weird getting sunshine up here. It's meant to get hotter again this weekend as well. So
yeah, it is, isn't it? This weekend. Yeah.
That is not the case. That is not the case here in the East. That is not the case. We're doing a job for one of the stables associated with Newmarket Racecourse. So I was working on a hill in one of the only hills in East Anglia, and all of the wind and rain that was kind of swept across just targeted that hill. I've taken a video today. You can see just this one cloud moving towards us and the clear skies either side, and the windmills that are in the distance slowly disappearing as the rain comes over the top. But yes, so I
did think of you. I thought you're bound to be in some hole somewhere.
I've got the heating on. I've got my boots drying. I had soup for dinner. But last week it was like 38-degree heat. So no, it's all good. It's all good over here. We're still digging up plenty of
lots of bodies.
Lots of bodies. Lots and lots of bodies. We found a body on top of a body, which is always fun. Of course, Iron Age, but that's all cool. But anyway, let's see who has chosen to join us on this fun Monday night. Glyndor was in here very, very fast. He's back from a small sabbatical, not modelling tonight, but drawing a plan like a good old-fashioned DM on gridded paper, I hope.
Ooh.
Gridded paper with marker pens. Fantastic stuff. Bicker City's here. He's working on 40k Grey Knights and some Blood Red Skies. Nick Dawson's here. He's working on Crackcon sceneries. It's creeping up. It is indeed. Carl Burks, Red Steph, how you guys doing? Mike Schubert, Lionheart, how you doing, buddy? Camberwell, Johnny, John Sarby. A bit of excitement here. Felt the very first slight tremors from an earthquake that happened off the northwest coast of Cuba. Never felt that before. Okay.
Wow.
You
get in north, Steve, any earthquakes? Actually, there was one not that long ago, wasn't there?
Actually, about 6 or 7 years ago, there was a small tremor. It was a Saturday afternoon, and one of my bookshelves started rattling. I was like, well, that's a bit odd. So when I checked the news, it was apparently under, I think it was the mountains in North Wales.
Yeah, I remember because we were up in Shropshire when it happened, I think. I mean, I didn't feel a thing, but it was. They kept saying there was been an earthquake, and it was actually quite. I mean, for the UK, quite a chunky one. Nothing like that.
It only lasted about 4 or 5 seconds, but it was like, it doesn't happen here. Cheshire is not an earthquake zone.
I mean, if East Anglia had one, it was for the end of Britain, probably.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Let's see who else we got here. Mort Cirque is here. How you doing, dude? Richard Hawes. He's working on his Montreux Irish. Matt Wright, how you doing? Grant, you're all right. Mobile Hostile. Trey Janet, good old sadly. He can't make it tonight. He was rushed to A&E last week for suspected carotid equine syndrome. Hope you're all right, dude. All the best.
So, hope you're feeling better.
Please let us know how you're doing.
Yeah, get better.
Yeah, Rob Younce is here. How you doing, dude? His Monday dose of hobby greatness, and I'm sure Dom will have stuff to add to the app for you to go and find stuff. Mark Riding, Paul's here. Ray's here. He's from Texas. Dom, I've learned recently that to make militia for kippies and bayonets, use Napoleonic heads on Perry ACW bodies. Not a bad idea.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Wickerham is here from Oklahoma. Trevor Hodgkins is tuned in. Mark Hatridge. Who else have we got in here? Seriously, Wargaming, how you doing, dude? Andy Sykes, Wargamer of Kent. Chris, strange but true. He's working on French Napoleonics. 6 Mil Tyke, how you doing, dude? Friends of General Haig. God, this is double dip. How you doing, buddy? Always on the lookout. Lord Catga, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. The real Steve. That's who I was. There we go. We can continue. Satchel, old school. How it's been. Ewok Kebab. Redecaling late Roman shields tonight. Excellent. Mark Bro, hi all from the sunny Black Country. Steve Harbour, how you doing? Yes, I am a shill. Tactical exercises with toys, painting some 3 mil tanks.
Ooh,
that's
unique.
Yes, unique.
3 mil.
Rob Hobden, how you doing, dude? Colonel 149, and sorry, were you the wrong people?
Yeah, Adam just pointed out that we were the wrong people. I was Dom.
Maybe we just wanted to change it up.
Yeah,
Dom, you can be me.
Oh my goodness, I could be change.
You need to complain about seeing people in Royal Mail not delivering.
Yeah, and getting ill the moment I walk outside the door and drinking weird beer. My son-in-law will be really excited. I can suddenly drink all the weird beer that he brings around. What the hell's going on?
Wargaming History, how you doing, Sam Rushmere? John Shepherd, Graham Travers, and it's Dunthing, and I've got just seen Crazy Catman and Adam Kirtley. Haven't been here for a while. Where is Ken? We thought he was with you, dude. You both disappeared at the same time.
Yeah.
We thought it was with you.
God,
God. Well, better send out a search party now.
In your tender care, and look what's happened. He's disappeared.
Ken drops in every couple of streams or so, just because of his the way his work shifts and patterns allow. It's been a bit of an interesting week. What have you guys been up to? Dom, have you painted 3 million armies and started 2 new projects and then sold them in the time that it's taken me to just unclip one model?
Sold them? Actually, I have sold some stuff. I sold some Conflict 47 stuff, but that's a different story. What I've been up to? It's been a funny old week, actually, on painting-wise. So now, what's the one thing I probably got more than I could possibly ever need, collection-wise, figure-wise, would you suggest?
Oh, God.
Well, it would be Napoleonics.
No.
ACW or Boxer Rebellion.
There you go, ACW. So I started painting another regiment, just because, whatever. Mainly because this was the last lot of the 3D printed ones that Ken gave me some time ago, and I'd used the individual ones for skirmishing, and these ones didn't look like they'd be any good for skirmishing, so I thought, let's all paint them up. So I painted them up as a ragtag Confederate regiment. A Texas flag on them, so yeah, they'll be Texans. So that was fun to do. Just getting done. I've actually come to the end of a box of figures. Would you believe that's it?
John Shepherd says, thank you very much. That's incredibly kind. He's officially the same age as Dom tomorrow. That is my 60th. I've just had 2 Punic Wars Epic Battle Start sets arrive on Saturday. That's a lot of Punic Wars. That's more Punic Wars than the actual Punic Wars. That's a lot of Hannibal.
Ton of elephants and Pelham. That is.
The last time someone saw that much Hannibal, it was Scipio. So
that's very good. Well, happy birthday for tomorrow, mate.
Happy birthday, dude.
Happy birthday,
happy
mate.
birthday. Sorry, Dom, carry on.
No, it's fine. It's important that we. I mean, I've probably forgotten where I am now because I'm 60. So it's. And then I also was fiddling around in Boston. I found some Gallic figures that I thought I might as well get around to doing. So I painted up a group of them. So
nice.
28 mils.
I mean, they Crusader. Are they Crusader?
Yeah, they're Crusaders. Yeah, I think I must have bought
those.
them in one of the many North Star sales that they have from time to time.
Yeah, it's like the one you just passed my way and when I spent money.
I feel it's a fair thing to do, really.
No, I appreciate it because I was so angry the last time.
You were the previous time. You told me off for not telling you, and I said, you told me off for telling you last time." So anyway, so this time.
There we go.
So that'll go in my box of 28mm ancient stuff. For I'm gonna have a Hail Caesar game fairly soon. I've decided. I really fancy having a go. So that'll join that. So the other thing I did because I sort of toying with doing a Welsh retinue for Baron's War using the new book. But I know Andy said that the figures are going to be, or was it Andy or?
Yeah.
I can't remember who said. One of the guys.
They are going to be doing some figures.
They're going to be doing some Welsh. So I sort of trying to resist just using the normal figures I've got because they won't look right. And I'm not sure that some of the earlier figures would work. But when I was buying some figures from Gripping Beast, I thought I might as well get a start. So I bought a bard and a priest.
We can use them in the command groups.
Exactly. So I think I've already got this this bard, but buggered if I know where he is. But I hadn't got the priest. I really like the priest. I think it's a really cool figure. Really nice. He looks like he's very cool. I didn't know. Well, it's interesting. There's something I'm working on that's Welsh related at the minute. I'll tell you about that another time. But the Welsh stuff gets a bit of a hard time, isn't it? It's very early medieval. By the time you start getting up into John's reign and something else, obviously you can use them for sort of skirmishers, but the idea of the barefooted, cloaked Welsh, stuff. They would not have. Certainly, the sort of nobles would not have been like that. But yeah, you could have all your skirmishers could be like that. That's for sure. So I'll probably use all them.
Matt would like to know, if you get to the end of a box of figures, do you get a letter from the king, like when you turn 100?
I can hope so. Well, King John, maybe. Good thought.
Rob, thank you so much. That's incredibly kind.
Thank
you very much. I'm glad you like the Irish. Dom, keep the battle reports like Kepi's. I have enjoyed those. And Steve, stay weird. He does. We keep him weird. If we don't, he don't like sensible Steve. Sensible Steve's. We like weird.
Every so often, if you notice, he has a wobble back to sensibleness, and then he flaps back straight, cracks back. It's pulled straight back into the weird shit again. It just happens. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. No, thank you very much, Rob. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for tuning in. You guys, to say, if you guys got any questions or anything, just drop them in. Is it the Tudors? I can neither confirm nor deny, but probably not how you think.
Intriguing. Blimey. And talking about Kepi and Bayonets, we had another cracking game of it at the weekend on last Friday. So John and Action
awesome.
Dealing out some shitty cards for me as usual. So we played an ambush scenario. So the gold bars denoted the Unions carrying off produce that we then had to try and intercept and stop them carrying off the table. It was good fun. Really, really good fun. Only it was 500 points aside, something like that. But really good fun. You can see the sharpshooters down at the bottom of the screen here. Awesome. That we were coming on from two different sides. So I've recorded that one and I've recorded the previous one. And at some point I'll finish editing the first one and then I'll have to start on the second one because they are.
It's very, very tempting.
They are tough. It's. I have to say, generally, we have even couple of guys down the club who aren't really into that, and one of them hasn't even played any other version of Muskets and Tomahawks, but he was playing with me as the Confederates this time, and he was really enjoying it as well. So, it's one of those games where when it's working, when we knew there wasn't going to be a result, because I don't know what it's about the scenarios. They put the scenarios in the book that seem to actually be possible for any side to win. You have to get off the table, and you've got like 4 turns to do it in. And even if you started from turn 1, you'd be hard pressed to get off the table in turn 4.
I don't know if something's just happened to your mic, Dom, but you've just started sounding like a Dalek. And now you've disappeared completely.
No, it's just gone.
Oh, you're gone. No, now you're back. I can hear the ooh.
Oh, how weird.
Am
I with you now? Am I here?
Yeah,
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Oh, how bizarre. You were all perfectly there. So anyway, sorry. I was just saying about Keppies. We really, really enjoyed it. We played now 3 games, I think, of Keppies. And I think it was the first version, I think, I would say. So when I finally finished editing the first game, it will go up on the channel, and then I'll have to start on the second one.
Awesome.
Without making it 5 hours long or something. But one of those games, it's really good when you look around the table and everyone's having a joke and everyone's laughing, and even though it's tough to actually get results out of the one we played last night, but on Friday, but we just had a right laugh playing it. So yeah, so that's going to be more of that coming up.
Awesome, excellent. IOU says they're from Milford Haven, and he can confirm they love to be barefooted. Nothing's changed. Milford Haven, where everyone who wanted to take over the throne has landed all of their French troops for a good 400-year period. Excellent. No,
brilliant stuff.
Excellent stuff. It's one place I would like to go to, Milford Haven. Actually, it's on my list. I haven't been to Wales for ages. I really want to go back. Part of my grandfather's side of the family from Wales, so I should go back and reconnect.
Nice.
But okay, Steve, what about you? What have you been doing?
Weird stuff.
Hey.
So I mentioned last week that I'm on this 40k second edition kick at the moment. And I wasn't happy with them because they didn't look second edition. They were old figures. So I've gone back to Goblin Green bases, and I've been painting bright colours. And this has been so much effort for me to paint bright colours. But I finished my first combat squad of Assault Marines. And there we go.
Oh wow. They straight out of White Dwarf, mate. They look awesome.
90s.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
Absolute. Painting that yellow was just. It took three different paints to get that yellow. I don't like painting bright colours, but I did. To be fair, it was. Oh, thank you, Matt. Thanks, Matt. I've really enjoyed painting them. They were just really, really, it takes me back as well. That's what I want. I wanted a proper second edition 40k army, and they just didn't. With the big bases and the scenic cork, and no bright colours, no red weapons, no yellow shoulder pads. They just didn't. They didn't look like second edition.
No.
So yeah, just I worked on those for 4 nights and most of Saturday as well. My girlfriend was like, "Can you keep painting these? They're bright. They're the brightest thing you've ever painted." So there's going to be lots more of those. I've just started to prep a 5-man combat squad, tactical squad. I've got a few things coming to the post off eBay. Currently, I'm kit bashing a tarantula because Well, I'm not paying the best part of 40-50 pounds for a metal one off eBay.
But
then
was that the support weapon?
Yeah, it was like a it was twin linked. You have like 2 las cannons, 2 heavy bolters, 2 multi melters. I was crewed by a server.
I thought you meant another one of those tranches you're going to mount one of your turtles on. I thought, bloody hell, off again.
No, it's again. I mean, I could go out and spend an ungodly amount of money, but I think I'd rather kit mash one because I've got all the bits and pieces. But I've been doing stuff that's even older than 40k second edition. So I started this.
Woo!
So this is. I've got Ken to thank for this. The very first time I met Ken.
They want to know, is that the right shade of blue?
Absolutely is.
It definitely is. Yes, the very, very, very first day I met Ken at CrackCon, he said, I've got something for you, and proceeded to hand me a complete epic Space Marine army. I was blown away. I was so chuffed with it. But I've never known how to paint it. I started the Rhinos and the Land Raiders a couple of years back, but painting those goblin green bases on the 40k miniatures has inspired me to actually finish this army. Now I will not be gaming with this because 1, I can't find an opponent, and 2, if I wanted to buy a second army for it, I'd probably have to sell all of my internal organs because it's been out of production for over 30 years, and some of the stuff like hen's teeth, you can't get hold of it. So it's going to be just a nostalgia project for me. So there's 3 rhinos. Really enjoyed painting them, and this is what I've painted so far. So we've got a marine detachment, 3 rhinos, and 3 land raiders.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, cool. What me too. I mean, after playing 40k, we started playing Space Marine in about 1992. I got it for my birthday, and then I got the Marine expansion for it as well. I've already done them. I did them last year. They're brilliant, and I spiked myself several times trying to paint them because painting kebab skewers. It's interesting. That's what I've been up to. Total retro. Like I say, I've got a few things on the way. I managed to pick up on eBay today a 1997 Eversaw Assassin for the
nice.
It's like an Imperial Agents list, but you can use them as allies in Imperial lists. So I've got that 1997 as well. That's the one I always wanted. I got it for quite a nice price. I got a Servitor arrived today from eBay. I've just got. It's addictive. I've been stripping more figures as well. I've been using that BioStrip 20.
Yeah.
So I found my old Dilac Necromunda gang last week, and they've been stripped and they look brand new, and I can't wait to paint them as well. They'll be getting goblin green bases as well, just like it was 1995 all over again. But no, for me it's all about this 40k thing. I'm just enjoying it so much. There's so many people out there in the gaming community who that's all they paint is like old 40k with that 90s aesthetic, and it's been brilliant seeing other people's armies and projects. So inspiring. So yeah, it's been another week of nostalgia, and I've really enjoyed it.
Awesome. Oh, very nice. Very, very cool.
It's something different.
Yeah.
Yes, I do have some on my second edition. My old 4K. I've got a whole Chaos army in Epic, but for the version, the Epic 40,000 that came out.
Oh, on a
little bit later. Yeah, I had the box Chaos army. It was like a special edition one. It was like it's not Huron Blackheart, but it's essentially something very similar.
Yeah.
And I've still got that. Ken wanted it. See, this is your review. Ken wanted that off of me. And I said no because I went on eBay and so I was like, but I've still got it. I haven't done anything with it. My week has been it's been an interesting week. I'm still doing a lot of editing of videos. Got the War Host video which is going up this week. So I really enjoyed doing that together. It's one of the coolest boards I think we've done. So it's actually been really fun to edit. I know it sounds bad. I keep stopping and going, ooh, I like that. That looked cool. I must remember how to, do that. So I've been working on that. The printer has been going because when I stopped printing for a while for various reasons, because I wasn't putting the models out as much and everything else, I forgot to cancel my subscribe and save for the resin. So I had about 12 bottles of resin. And then I finally remembered. And I'm slowly going through, and I don't know if you remember, but Reconquer Designs, he did a massive church based on this Spanish one. That then there was an earthquake and the back of the church fell off and they rebuilt it. And he's done it in various ways. And so I'm printing all of this is just one section. I've got another on the printer. I've got another. If I work it out, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plates worth of stuff to do. But I think it's going to do really well as a Byzantine church for my First Crusade stuff. So I decided that I wanted to punish myself because do you remember? I don't know if you remember what I think is the worst kit that I've ever worked on is. Can you remember?
Oh, it's those Fireforge ones.
It was those Fireforge ones.
Oh God, yeah.
I thought, do you know what? It's been a minute. I'm going to go back to those. I'm sure they're not as bad as I remember. I must have been having a bad day. Turns out I wasn't having a bad day. They are just as bad as I remember.
Let me see. What's the definition? Let's see. I'm forgetting.
God,
well, they're obviously doing Fireforge mentions that you hated the last time.
Clearly,
it's these resin ones. They're so bad because I don't mind the plastics. But I had the Byzantine Commander, and I remember now the reason that I didn't do it was because I had such a horrendous time working on the other ones. So I've done this Byzantine Commander. I stuck him together, and then I've got the 2 Varangian Guard. It was them that ended me last time, and I've done 2 of them. Because I need some banners for the command base, and oh God, it was dire. It really was. Like the super glue doesn't stick, like nothing works on them. I had to like balance them with blue tack and then get activator. In the end, I got some resin out of the printer, blobbed that on them, and then used a UV light to stick them. It was just easier. It was just easier. I thought you punished yourself by standing on the only hill. He said, yes. Well, I say punish myself. That's my job. That's what I do. That's my job. That is my chosen profession. That is my chosen career because it's too late to retrain. That's just something useful. So I've worked on them. So I've got a command base because I've got a plan. I'm reading a really obscure and interesting book about the First Crusade, and there's a battle that's mentioned that I want to recreate. And it's not a massive one either. But I need some Byzantines for it. So I've got all of them, but I need to use. I need a commander. So I got those. So I've been working on that, and then last week Haley was out for an evening, so I set up and had another game of Guards of Traitor's Toll, the second part in the ongoing solo. So here we are. Here's the setup for this one. You might notice a clock tower. So this is not St Albans that Robin kindly lent me, so a bit of a different setup, sort of a horseshoe shape this time, and it was fun, very very different from the first game. I decided to use the starting characters were the characters who didn't get a look in last time. So we have Percival Plumridge and his horse, which has now been named. We had the captain. It was cool. I'd added a few bits like the signpost, and there are a few things that I realized that I hadn't done quite right in the first game, which actually made this one run a lot smoother. Do you like the precariously placed bread oven next to the building that's nice and flammable because they don't?
Yeah, that's
it was great fun, very different. I won't ruin it, and I don't want to give. I've had to do a spoiler alert at the front of it because, of course, as we said, I'm playing through through plot cards that people may not have seen. So that was great fun, but let's just say it goes downhill rapidly through some bad decisions. Because I did have some people comment saying, "Oh, you should make the decisions." Because it's a bit more of a tactical edge. I said, yeah, I know, but I also like the idea of leaving it down to chance. Sometimes it just makes it a bit more amusing. Percival Plumridge, he tickles you. He does not tickle the other guard. They hate him. They absolutely hate him. The other guards. They like the horse. When it comes down to Percival having to make choices, I decided that the good option is the horse is the horse's option, and the other one. So basically, if it comes up bad, that was Percival's choice. If it comes up good, that's the horse taking over. Then he goes and does his. It's brilliant fun, great fun game. Really, lots of fun solo. So I'm really looking forward to that.
I finally got round to watching other over my corner. It was great fun. I'm very disappointed there won't be any arrest with anybody with a great big matlock though. That's that was a little bit suspect, but yeah, that was great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's good. And this one, because the plot cards are so variable. Like the first game I played, they were quite you'll have to wait and see. You have to wait and see. There was some one of my favorite ones that did anything burn? No.
Clearly not for the want of trying, Chris. He
there would have been
right by a building.
No. There were some great ones. There was like Bastard the Wonder Horse that was in there, but there was also my favorite one. I think, but I didn't go with someone was Loctite, which I thought was an amazing name for the horse. It was just so we had Prit and Gorilla and Super Glue, but Loctite. I actually first no, we have the name, and I felt it's suitable. So yeah, it was good. Yeah, well, I didn't hear it go that time. Apparently your microphone just went again, Dom, but I didn't hear that.
How bizarre! Wonder why that is. Oh. All right, if it goes again, I might have to log back in.
Okay, all right. So yeah, Pledgeful. So it looks like everyone's been a bit busy, to be honest, which is fantastic to see. Entropic Tyranny has just said, has anyone heard the rumors about Warlord's medieval epic range? I've heard the rumors that have been going around for a while. But I haven't heard any new rumors. I mean, the rumors were that it said there are rumors. Basically, someone asked him, would you like to do 100 Years Yore? Would you like to do Wars of Roses? And he basically said yes and yes. And he said yes to pretty much everything. We've talked about this to death, really, on here. I think a medieval one would be interesting. I think 100 Years War would be the better one, but obviously now War Games Atlantic have got their 100 Years War 10 mil stuff out. I think 100 Years War is more suited to the epic scale. The Wars of the Roses is a bit more compact. The battles aren't as big. Especially if you're reading recent research, even the biggest battle isn't that big. But I still think if they're going to do another one, that they should keep with Ancients. I still think that would be the sensible thing to do for Hail Seaver is keep with Ancients. Or my and I did tell them this. My thing was to do 1066 and have, because you could. I thought you'd have 3 armies. You could just call the whole range 1066. You've got 3 massive pitch battles that you can that are quite varied that you could do, plus loads of skirmish or smaller battles. You've got obviously Vikings, Normans, and Zach. It won't be Hail Caesar, so it'll be Pike. Well, yeah, okay, interesting.
I reckon it'd be another Black Powder myself. Yeah,
they've just done another Black Powder.
Yeah, I just think they'll do another one.
What, the American? Yes, they've done the American Revolution. What's left?
Another Napoleonic period, I reckon.
Yeah, that would be popular. That would.
I reckon they could do a Russian Moscow kind of thing. Battle of Borodino.
Yeah. I think they should just do Alexander and print money.
Well, yeah.
I just get it, or just do the Trojan War and just print money. That would be.
I mean, they could do Leipzig because then they can have the different. But I just think I don't know. That would be my bet. I think you're right. I'm not sure they do a medieval. I don't think they'll do one.
People want their Russians and Austrians. Yeah, but interesting. Zulu's got one massive. Well, there are some big battles, but apart from like what is it now? I suppose, yeah, you could do. I don't know. It's interesting. It'd be very cool to see what they come up with. But yeah, if I was going to do one, I'd do 1066 because you could just go, there you go. It's a bit more.
I think that would be a blooming good idea, 1066. But I don't know that they'll do it.
No. Well, they're very focused on conflict, and we know why. But yeah, okay. Well, let's see what they come up with. Yeah, I can't see them doing Marblerian. Not enough people are interested in that. It's cool, but I don't think enough people are interested. But then it could be just whatever John Stallard's interested in if he's interested.
I mean, if they follow the epic kind of process they've done so far, it's all been very big, well-known historical battles, hasn't it? So
yeah,
it's been Waterloo, it's been the Revolution stuff. It's been very obvious things. So I think it's got to follow something like that. So yeah. I agree with you. I mean, Marlborough, you've got Blenheim and what have you, some very big battles, but it's just not that well known or popular, I don't think. So I think they'll go. Yeah, I don't know. It's possible that, I mean, maybe John talked about doing the Boer Wars. Maybe they'll turn it into an epic game. Maybe.
Has that book come out yet? Or have I missed that?
No, it's not
the Boer. No, it hasn't. No,
yeah, they were doing
no.
At the open day last year, he said there was going to be sort of a bolt action sort of light version included, so you could skirmish, have sort of skirmish games rather than the big ones. But
yeah, he said that at the they said that at the one before that as well. They've been saying it.
Yeah, they've been saying it for a while. I think last time he mentioned it in a video, he was talking about almost being a hybrid of kind of bolt action for sort of skirmish process, so they could do small scale battles, and then sort of that kind of similar sort of rule system to that, and then sort of a black powder for the bigger battles, which I thought was an interesting way to go. In one book, they were trying to do two sets of, two scales of games, if you like, which I think would be a very sensible way to go.
Right. If you had your choice, which one would it be? To snap on one thing, if they said, right, Dom, we're going to go with your idea for the next epic release, what is it? What would you pick? Battle in a box. What would you pick?
Do you know, we've just said it won't happen, but I would do Marlborough because personally, it's one I'm fascinated by. I think it would work beautifully in great lines of infantry and cavalry, and selfishly, I haven't got any troops in that period.
Fair, Steve. For the what would you? God, no, come on, you're not getting out. What would you pick?
I don't know.
Go on.
I'm only really interested in the ACW one because it's nice. Biblical, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, cool. I just go Troy because they can make the Trojan horse, and then that and in an epic it would look cool. And
Martin's
and
with you.
And you could get the you could have the city walls. You could use those awesome blocks ones, or I'm sure they'd make them own. They make their own. You could add the fact you could do what they did the Arthur supplement and maybe add just a hint of the mythology into Hail Caesar, or just ignore it completely. But yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Saddam would be a good call. Something like that. Colonial Wars. I know it's not big enough interest period, I don't think. But,
Robin. I assume the next Warlord 28mm project will be whichever subpar 1990s figure range I can find in the back of the shed. Very cynical. That is very cynical.
So cynical.
Random Lord of the Rings epic war game out of the blue hitting us off guard. Yeah, that'd be fun. Or if they did like epic Gates of Antares or something like that, that would be pretty cool. But all right, well, we'll see what comes up. We'll keep, if you guys have got more questions, keep them coming. Lord Catgary said that this Wednesday or Thursday his order for Blood and Plunder is going to arrive, so he can start building his Spanish and English. That is a cool game. I've resisted thus far. But yes, John has said he's busy building proxy armies for the Age of Darkness 3rd edition using Kit Bash War Games Atlantic. Excellent. Okay, yeah, I've got my I've still got my stuff, which I kind of dip into every now and then. But I think by the time I finished it, they'll be on about their 6th edition. That'll be where I am. Oh, it is interesting. What are you guys working on tonight?
Kit bashing this tarantula out of all kinds of bits and pieces. I could only find 2. I want to do a heavy bolter one, but I haven't got 2 heavy bolters. I found 2 las cannons, but I've had to stick plastic card all over them because they were identical, and because they're going on each side, one would have had like an empty side. And there's no skulls on them, which is
no. What are you going to do? It won't fit in.
I know, I have to find some skulls. I really will have to find some skulls. I went through a bits box before and I found some old Necromunda scenery, just bits and pieces everywhere. I think these are from a Sentinel. But I love making stuff like this. It interests me. But yeah, it's good. A lot of fun.
What about you, Dom? What are you working on tonight?
Admission time. I may have started a new project that I wasn't planning.
Is it 11th edition?
It is.
Oh, yeah.
11th edition.
You found me out. You found me.
Got
out.
him.
Yeah.
Got him.
It's the blue ones. With the
blue one.
I don't know. No, I so enjoyed my game of 15mm Highest Throne the other day with Alec and the guys down the club playing Renaissance stuff. I may have placed quite a larger order with Essex Miniatures to get some more 15mm figures, because that would be fun to do. So so I'm at the moment I am about to. Well, I started painting the first units of them, and I've really enjoyed them. I forgot how. I think because I transitioned from 10mm to 15mm, suddenly the 15mm look really detailed, even old Essex figures, and they're actually pretty good. I quite like them. So I'm just about to do a heavy dry brush over the top of this black undercoats on some cavalry and some pikemen and some arquebusiers. Launch into that.
Didn't you get the starter set for By Fire and Sword?
I did, yes.
They're all 15mm.
Yeah, they are. I'm going to dig them out. I want to see how they compare scale-wise, because the problem. So part of the problem is that Alec. The game we played was Ottomans against Polish-Lithuanian forces, and all of his figures were old, really old figures, 20-year plus, and so they're really tiny. So much so he actually had put in a unit of epic pike and shot in there, and they fitted in perfectly, even though they're 13.5mm, and they fit in really well. So I want to make sure it's while I'm probably going to have everything in one size. I'll have whatever manufacturer I use. I want them not to look so enormous compared to Alec's forces. And also, a number of the other guys in the club have got, again, quite old Renaissance armies of various descriptions. So I will dig it out, and I will. I mean, it's my way of saying I've lost it somewhere in here. Somewhere in this cabin is that box set.
I know where it is. I remember where it was. It was, if I'm looking behind, just over your left shoulder. It was because I remember looking at it when I was on that side. It was in that area there, because I kept on. I was like, "Oh, look at that lovely, untouched, pretty box that he's got." Okay,
I shall go and have a look for it later.
I'm sure it was.
It was down the other end.
In Dom's shed.
It was down the other end, I know, at one point. And when I went to look for it the other day, it wasn't where I thought it was. And then because I've moved all the table around and I've had a bit of reorg of some of the shelves, I thought I've moved it somewhere and I don't know what I've done with it. So anyway, I'm just at the moment. I started painting up the first pike unit. And I realised I hadn't got enough for what I wanted to do, so I had to order another load. And then but I did start doing some arquebusiers, and I've really enjoyed painting them. They've been great fun to do. So that's what I'm doing tonight. It's just of hours I've been out spraying the figures, and now I'm just going to heavy dry brush them with an off-white, ready to paint them all up. So I'll crack on through. So yeah, looking forward to it actually.
Steph said, can you keep your voice down when you say Essex Miniatures? Jill might hear you and remember that he hasn't finished the ECW she bought him for his 18th 42 years ago.
Yeah, it's I still have a real real sort of hot spot for a sweet spot for Essex Miniatures. I think they're, because so many of my ancients are 15 mil Essex, and they're not, compared to some of the newer sculpts, but they are really good, still pretty good. I think they work really nicely in 15 mil. I wouldn't go 28 mil with them. I think they're a bit too one-dimensional. The only thing is the lack of variety, and I've forgotten, kind of, you guys probably remember this, but in the old figures that you didn't get the variety
I remember.
in poses that you used to get, that you get now. So I'm trying to sort of, the only thing, it's a good thing at 15 mil, particularly for Renaissance figures, what a Spanish swordsman doesn't look that different to any other kind of swordsman, really. So at that scale, so you can swap and change a bit, but when you're buying in the bags of 8s or something, it's a bit harder to fit it in. So yeah, that's what I'm working on at the moment. And I've committed to myself something that I really knew was true. I really love the doing a project and just sort of collecting the figures and starting all that. So I had great joy of clearing some space on the table, and just emptying the box of figures on there, and just sort of starting to work them into units and work out, what was going to be what. Thoroughly enjoyed doing that. So now I've just got to paint the little buggers. So by next week some of them might be done. Yeah, okay. They might go down again. Someone said, "Oh bloody hell!" I'll swap. I've got another mic here somewhere. See if that works. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. What are you up to?
I've got these Byzantines that I'm working on for this game. I've got 2 games that I want to do for the Crusades. Now I can't carry on with the campaign that Robin and I were doing because I've lost everything. I don't know where the sheets are. Now I could rewatch the old battle reports. Admittedly, I could just sit and watch those and work it out. However, I just kind of want to get some games. So what I'd like to do, there's 2 battles. There's one. Do you know about the the Byzantine dead towns that are in sort of northern Turkey and parts of Syria, which are still there, and they're basically standing. Now, a lot of these just kept on going backwards and forwards through Seljuk hands, Fatimid hands, Byzantine hands, to Crusaders. And there's one in particular that while the siege of Antioch was going on, that they went and occupied. And then the Seljuks took it, and then they took it back, and then there was a bit of fighting. So it was sort of almost like a bit street fighting, which I thought could be a very fun scenario. And especially if I added sort of a Byzantine church in there, where they've got to, like, there's a relic or something that if you secure a church, you get a few more points, or the Seljuk forces can burn it or whatever. Yeah, I thought that would be a good one. And then there's also the relief of Antioch. So when the Crusaders have taken Antioch, I think it's Kurbakar turns up straight away. I think it's Kurbakar. Might not be. Anyway, he turns up and they're about to have a battle, and Bohemond goes and sends like a force, and they fight over what's called the Iron Bridge. And it's not that makes it sound really impressive. It's not. It's like this teeny little bridge. But there was a force of knights against it, basically a bit of a preemptive action to keep from these other forces from reinforcing the main attack, which I thought could be quite a cool scenario. And you don't need massive armies. I thought it'd just be quite a cool table. So I'm working on stuff to do with them, and I'm working on some War Games of Atlantic Knights, because I've got this video I'm working on for just putting together some just basically making loads more knights, named knights, and just some various bits of research I've done before the next battle report. And rather than doing like a painting video, it's more of a sort of like, right, here's the kits, I've built them, and just sort of checking in and sort of stage by stage vlog and seeing what falls out of it, really. So that's kind of what I'm working on at the moment. But I'm sure other things will come along.
They'll jump out, definitely. Yeah. I want to do another retinue, but I'm trying to hold off. I've got all the boxes ready to do it, but as I say, I want to do a Welsh one, just because I just think it'd be quite fun to have something completely different. But I'm going to have to hold off until they do their plastic hits, I think.
Yeah, I've got a couple of, I wouldn't say secret. I've got a couple of projects that are in the early stages. I've got two which I'm printing stuff off for. There's one which is sort of further along. I'm just printing plate after plate of miniatures off, and I think I'll just have them sitting there. And then when I've got a moment, I'll start it up. And I haven't quite decided how I might go down the Midgard route for that one. I think Midgard might suit it slightly better than Hail Caesar or anything else. Maybe Impetus. The Battle of Dorylaeum was the one that we were planning on doing next, but one big problem with it is you need a massive river or lake or a big marsh. And yes, I know you don't need that on the battlefield, but I kind of feel like I was cheating if it wasn't on the battlefield. I did think about doing it in two halves. We initially thought about sort of doing like the first stage of the battle and then the second stage. I think it's Dorylaeum. Was it Dorylaeum? No, it's Antioch, where they set fire to all the grass.
Yeah,
so that could be quite a fun scenario. There's a lot of actions. Some of the bits I actually am quite interested in are the immediate actions of the Crusader states immediately after the capture of Jerusalem. So not I can't remember what the immediate battle after it is. Ascalon, not Ascalon, but afterwards, because they all start fighting each other. So they are Robin's job, and then Robin goes and looks at the exact color of the river on Google Earth, and then makes said river. But this one you need like a massive section of water. That being said, I'm still working on my Baron's War scenario for this capturing this princess, rescuing this princess. So I think that's
you could use the Baron's War quite nicely to do a sort of a smaller scale game based around the Crusades, using and sort of as a run up to the bigger battle to grab territory and that kind of stuff. Be quite fun.
You could absolutely. There's some awesome sculpts that Paul has done in there. I mean, they're quite spoiled really, because you've got the really nice Paul Hicks sculpts, and obviously Victric because my project's based around the First Crusade. You want Norman looking knights. You can get away with some slightly later looking stuff, but Reconquer Designs did all their Reconquista stuff, which when you look at the clothing they're wearing, the armor is broadly the same, but the clothing, if dealing in like the hot climate and things like that, or in the rocky sort of it worked really, really well. So and he's redone quite a lot of those, and there's some stuff in there that I really want to print. And I've printed off 2 or 3. I've got a whole tray here of Reconquer prints that I'm gonna somehow feed into what I'm doing. What do we got here? Chris Strange Witcher has said, if you did Scottish retinue for Baron's War, who would I choose if I did a Scottish retinue? Are we talking about at the time of John, or are you talking like in the Scottish Wars of Independence? If it's the Scottish Wars of Independence, I would do Douglas. You just have to do Douglas because he's a maniac. And then he travels all the way across Europe with Robert the Bruce's heart in a box. As you do. Yeah, that's. I didn't know that. So there's obviously Braveheart, and then there's Outlaw King, which I think is a good film. I like Outlaw King. Did you know there was another Robert the Bruce film that came out, which is actually a sequel to Braveheart with the guy that plays Robert the Bruce in it from Braveheart? No. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, he basically goes and it covers similar ground as Outlaw King, but not in the same kind of scale. He basically goes and hides with a family, and then decides to fight the English. Yeah, it's the same actor.
Really?
No. Yeah. Apparently, it was terrible. Okay. Like it said it was terrible. Are you talking about Outlaw King, or are you talking about the Robert the Bruce one, or are you talking about both?
I've only ever seen Braveheart once.
I wish I'd only seen it once,
and I wish I hadn't seen it. It was just a complete waste of my time. Just did not enjoy it. Didn't enjoy it at all.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's a Hollywood fun film. I found that out because obviously I'm doing this thing with Peachy, and Peachy's done all of his stuff as it's like Braveheart Scots, and I've got my Scots, and I've done a few sort of woady faces in there. Oh, apparently he was talking about the second Braveheart. Could it be? Could be worse. It could be The Patriot. I
refuse to watch that film. I refuse to watch it. There's just some films. I mean, yes, I've watched The Scrotum. Yes, I've watched 230.
And your bar is pretty low, isn't it?
I was going to say my bar is low. My favourite film is Weekend at Bernie's. I mean, after that, so if I refuse to watch a film,
that says a lot.
It's got to be pretty bad. Pretty bad.
There you go. Braveheart 2, Bravier and Heartier.
Did I watched Sisu, the second Sisu yesterday? Have you seen it?
Yes.
It's does
that not have the greatest tank scene in history?
Are you talking about the bit where? Yeah. Yes. It was more the bit where he hides the knife that got me. I'm not.
Oh, yeah, that was grim, wasn't it?
I'm not squeamish, but even I was sort of looking at that going, "Oh, that's gonna hurt."
Yeah, I watched that. I watched that on the plane going to Adepticon earlier in the year, and I was watching it, and I thought, I'm not really sure I should be watching this because it's so flipping violent. And I thought, often on a plane they sort of redact a bit of the stuff, don't they? So it's a little bit better, not quite as grim. Oh, not a bit of it. It's exactly the same as the.
Oh no!
And I'm thinking
again with that, don't change a winning formula because the first one was awesome.
Yeah.
They have asked.
I think if anything, it was better. I think the second one was almost better. I think.
I will admit that tank scene. I think I just kept rewinding it because it was just so awesome. It was class, I have to say, and also only 88 minutes long, which is all I want from a film these days. I started watching we were watching a film. It's not a particularly happy subject, set in Ireland with Cillian Murphy in it. It's set in the 80s. I think it's all about it's like I don't know if it's true crime. It's just about like sort of certain things that happen with like the nunneries and things like that. And we've been watching it for 45 minutes, and I think there've been 3 lines. Like I honestly don't remember anyone speaking. I don't even know what the main character was called. I don't even know if I was supposed to know. It was
all atmospheric and Irish.
It was good. Like there was a lot of moody, acting in it. But, yeah.
That's like the first Tetsuo film. I think there's 11 lines of dialogue in the entire film.
Bennett.
Yeah,
it's a weird film, Tetsuo, and the second one, Body Hammer, is even worse. It's just Tetsuo.
Yes, I mean yes.
Not seen that. Don't know that one.
Oh, Dom, you got to watch them and then tell us what you think.
I'm not sure I do, Steve. I know the sort of stuff you watch.
I absolutely think that Elaine would enjoy them.
I'm definitely not watching it with her. Then that's for sure. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
If you two are recommending it,
Oh, do you know what, I might try them again this weekend. I don't know. I might have to.
Oh, are you going to go and watch Masters of the Universe?
I don't go to the cinema; it hurts. I'll wait till it comes out on Amazon. No, I can't.
What?
The last time I went to the cinema, I honestly thought I was going to get deep vein thrombosis.
Right.
Because the seats aren't made for people like me, and it was all kinds of agony. Unless you go to one of those posh ones with the big sofas and you get served beer, but there's none of those around here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my
I do want to see it though. I do want to see it.
Yeah, my business partner went to see it, and he's incredibly cynical when it comes to movies, and he said it was really, really good. It was he said that was ace. Right. Right then. Shall we have a look at some news? I know there's some bits, and keep your questions coming. We've saved up a few, so we'll come back to those in a second. But there is news this week, unlike the last 2 weeks where there was barely any. So let's have a look. Where is it? There it is.
Now for the news. But think, can you really afford this? Especially the weird shit.
Nazis. Right. Well, I'll kick things off. I don't think we've crossed the streams, as it were. So look, right. Well, look, I'll throw it up here because this is obviously Dom's secret project. And we talk about it a little bit, but it's a fairly big thing. This went on to order at the weekend. There was a queue outside the Games Workshop in Bury.
Blimey.
I went past. So yes, the new box set. And I've seen that there's people on the group. I know Don Rafferty, I believe are getting into it. Picking the new armies. So here is the main set. I don't know how much it is. I don't know what it does. There we go. It's there. It's there. You can go and order, just in case you didn't order it and you rely on us for your news. There you go. It's there.
185 quid.
How much?
185 pounds.
No.
How much? It can't be that much, surely.
No. What,
even
for the
Games
was that some? No.
Bloody hell. Bloody hell.
315.
I'm not going to complain about a 20 quid set anymore. That's for sure. Jesus Christ.
Yes, 185.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, okay, right. Well, moving on. Okay. Right. Next up, everyone probably saw. I know it's John Blanche. And I just want to share this because this is still my favorite bit of 40k artwork, and I remember it in the inside cover of the rule book that I had, which I think was the second edition one, the first one. So it was in black and white though, and yes. It's awesome, and that's still my favorite image of the Emperor. I just really, really like that. I found another one actually which I'd never seen before when I was looking for this one, which is more recent that he'd drawn, where he's got kind of loads of people like milling around underneath him, which John had done. But Steer, I know he was obviously a big influence on your sort of grimness and 40k-ness. So it was very sad, and obviously that the game On Guard, just done. But they're forging ahead, aren't they? They're going to complete it according to his the vision that he put forward for it. But yeah, it was very sad, very sad. I saw this. So Wolf Fulcrum Games, who make 1918, which is the World War One game, they've got some sets on Kickstarter now. So they have put up the French and US miniatures.
Oh, nice.
So these are on Kickstarter. So 28 mil. And yeah, these are actually, these are quite cool. Look at these. Quite like these.
Yeah, nice, actually.
Very nice.
They've got some nice. So these are on Kickstarter, I believe, at the moment. Like, look at these Americans. It's something
nice.
A bit varied, and there's plenty of vehicles on there as well. There were three. When I was on their page, there were 3 different pictures of this with variants, and I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to pick one because it's just there's a couple of variants on there. But yeah, I thought they're very cool, and I assume you could use these for the right go for your for 0 hour, Dom.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, you could, and also you could use them into Russian Civil War as well. And the Renault was used a lot as a vehicle. That alone you could use in multiple fronts. So yeah, really, really good.
Cool,
interesting.
Yeah, no, it's worth having a look at. And then finally, look who it is. It's Yorkshire has dropped in right where I've got some we've got some news. You made it for an hour. Hope you're well done. I've got your brews in the vineyard to keep me company tomorrow while I'm working. That will keep me going for half my shift. So that'll be good.
Did he only turn up because we were talking about Games Workshop? And I know how much.
I think he turned up because of this. So Arcworld, so Warp Miniatures, they won an award at UK Game Expo. I think it was best miniature kit or something like that, and it was for these guys, which I think is cool because he's been doing some work. So that was it. It was best miniature range. So for these gremlins, which remind me of the guy in the mask in Crash Bandicoot. And I'm sure that's who the one at the back is. So yeah, these are out. You can go and get these over on Warp Miniatures. Something a bit fun. There you go, Dom.
I shall buy them right now.
Excellent stuff. Something good. Anyway, that's what I saw. Dom, what have you seen?
What did I get? A couple of things. The Blessed Perrys. They showed off some new. Did we do this last week? I can't remember now. Zouaves for Franco-Prussian War.
Awesome. I can't remember. Do them again anyway.
Yeah, I'll do them again because they're so beautiful. So they're persisting with their Franco-Prussians, and they look mighty fine. Really, really good indeed. So you got some command groups. You got some, as they often do, marching troops, and then sniper troops, and then Bavarian cannon. For the crew for the Prussian side. So they look really, really good. Plus, they announced that the revolutionary French box is, I think he said they've done the box art on it. We showed the sprue off a few weeks ago, but they've got the box art ready, so that should be nearing production fairly soon. So if you're into your early period Napoleonics, that'll be available. I know Steve will be absolutely thrilled by that.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it now.
Yeah,
I'll be abandoning my second edition 40k project.
Thought you would.
Thought you would. It gets those wargaming juices really flowing. It really does.
We just talked about Reconquer, so he showed off his July sculpts, or the first of them. So Grenadine light cavalry.
Grenade was it? Yeah, they look cool.
Grenadine.
Granada.
I think you said Grenadine, but I think it is Grenadine, isn't it? Anyway, they come with 2 weapons, so you can either have them as crossbowmen or with lances. So which is kind of cool. I like that a lot. Oh, my phone's just on something. So that's really cool. Like those lots. Talking about 15 mils and sort of how good some of the sculpts are nowadays, I thought I'd show off these new museum miniature 15 mils. So these are there. So they've got a whole new range. I think they're called Z sculpts or something like that. They are digitally sculpted figures, and they're really, really nice.
They look nice. Yeah.
So there's a whole range of new. They've been expanding their range quite a lot recently, and updating with all these new, better sculpted figures, frankly. And so that's the new Crusader ones that they've just launched. So if you're into 15 mil and you want to get some Crusaders, check out Museum Miniatures. Always a good one. I know James will get very excited about this, but Quar Cavalry.
These are brilliant.
I mean, they are just so bizarre, aren't they? Look at them. So there's Quar Cavalry, apparently, with for the 2 main army groups or factions. I can say factions with it, Quars.
Oh yeah, yes,
yeah. So yeah, if you're into your quars, there they are, cavalry mounts. I don't know what to say about those cavalry. Anyway, so they're available. And the other thing, we've talked about this every once in a while, but I saw that they've got a new range of I've forgotten the names.
Lucid Eye.
Lucid Eye, that's it. Lucid Eye. They've got a few more sprues. A few more metal sculpts coming out. So they got the Roman Republican General.
Yeah.
You can have them mounted and dismounted, which are really cool, lovely sculpts. And then also some more for their Bronze Age range. So Sheridan infantry, which look amazing.
They are nice.
And also some myrmidons, some more myrmidons.
Yes.
Now, the only thing with them, they are very expensive per figure. But if you sign up for their newsletter, they every week pretty much do a 50% sale where they'll rotate around their range. So eventually these guys will be on half price if you're interested, which makes them sort of half reasonable price. But they are beautiful sculpts, really, really nice figures. So if you like your Trojan War type stuff, then check them out as well. I think that was everything I had. Yeah, that's all I had.
The thing is, they're really nice. But the thing is as well, though, you support I think Lucid Eye is just a couple of people, and there's only one sculptor. So, doing some of those is just, it's nice to support them as well, isn't it? They've got. I keep on looking at the Sea People's Army pack that they do. Sort of like, oh yeah,
I did buy Sea People Army pack when they were doing one of their 50% off, and they are beautiful. They are really, really nice.
Yeah,
and the chariots particularly are extraordinarily good. When I finally get ready to do my my Trojan Wars project, which keeps getting backwards because there's so many other projects keep jumping ahead of it, they're going to be quite a large part of the armies because they are so nice.
Yeah, and the chariots all metal.
Yes.
Yeah, because I know they do. Their big thing is obviously that everything is in metal. There's no.
We got Rob.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
There's not many there, Rob. I assure you, there's not many. But yeah, check them out.
Awesome stuff. Awesome. Wicked. All right then. Well, let's have a look at some of the starred comments. David says that he knew his epic army had 3 scout titans, a couple of warlord titans, and an imperator, a whole titan detachment. You know more about that than me. I don't know what half of that is.
Weren't the is this? Are we going back to Adeptus Mechanica, sort of the late 80s now? I know they started off with there was warhounds, there was reavers, there was warlords, there was the imperator. Yeah, but I think the reavers, were they scout? I think that the warhounds were in Epic. Well, when I used to play Epic, I used to run 2 warhounds because they're really, really quick. And they were warlord titan as well. Happy days.
Nice.
I'll have to dig out those chaos ones that I had just to work out what I've actually what I've got. I know that there's some demons in there. I know that there's some land raiders and some terminators. I remember that. I remember queuing up for ages to get it as well. The day it came out, I think it cost £30 for the whole army box. If I remember, 30 whole pounds.
£30.
I wouldn't even get you to even look at the new 40k release.
I have noticed a lot of content at the minute from people, or from the usual suspects, if you like, who would normally be doing the hype, if you like, for it. All along the lines of, why don't you love 40k anymore, and why did you fall out of love with 40k? And I've noticed that if you like, the hype stuff. So I don't know if they're moving, like they're using new, influencers, or if the old guard have just stopped, don't want to do it anymore, or what. But yeah, I was surprised.
I think it's just clickbait. It's just clickbait. I'm sure it is. It's
yeah.
It's
I think
just you can't say, oh, this is the best thing since sliced bread, because nobody will watch that. But clearly, if people are queuing up outside their stores to buy it, it's obviously not fallen out of favour. That's for sure. I think it's just clickbait.
Rob's called you out. He said, not much. He says there are 25 pages of miniatures. Yeah, so they got all their elves, haven't they? They got all their elves.
Oh yeah, they've got all the weird shit. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking about the historical story.
They've got a whole section of just random miniatures as well.
Yeah, sorry.
I think they got Lemmy as well. I think there's various Lemmys in there as well. I'm sure there is. I'm sure it's them that do it.
I have to say, I only ever go on there when they're doing their sale to look at what historicals are up for sale. That's it.
GW were pressuring stores to order 70 to 100 copies. Then when they got all their allotment back, most stores have been capped at 30, and the launch seems a mess.
Yeah, I saw lots of posts about that. People, GameStop owners having to apologise for basically ruining people's weekends.
I had to look at the new 40k rulebook as the PDF is free. Oh, okay, there you go. The PDF is free. It's shockingly written, and you gave up. Okay. Matt, I fell out of love with 40k because Warlord sent me a massive stock of Conflict 47 and a brown envelope stuffed with used fivers. Oh dear. Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't. Okay. Interesting. It's news to me. What else have we got in here? Where are we? That's a good shout. So Trevor said 1066 would be a good one, because of course the Bayer Tapestry is coming over this year.
It is end of the summer, isn't it? The tickets go on sale very soon, I think.
Yeah, no, it's one of the few. I'm actually gonna. Yeah, there's something I really want to see. I'm going to take Tessa. I want her to, but my Robin won't care. Not Robin that I game with, although I'm sure he would care. My Robin, my daughter, she'll probably tear it. She would rip it up. She wouldn't care.
Definitely on my. I'm going to go. I'm definitely going to go and see it. I can't. I think I did see it when I was a young kid, in the original setting in Bayer, but I don't really remember it very well. So definitely going to that.
Do you mean when it was woven?
I was going to say the original one.
I didn't know. Steady. You're having a go at John as well now, because he's the same age. There you go. Not 1066, 1966 I was born. Jesus.
I remember they were charging per ticket.
Yes, I remember it
shekel.
well.
Shekel. Odo was standing there. Oh man. You go. Dignity 50 has said, challenge for us. What's your oldest untouched unit? I assume you mean to bit like in our piles that we haven't built. It's your oldest untouched unit. I think we're probably going to need some thinking time. So let's go to Steve first.
Mine are in front of me because I've actually got. I mean, there's a bit of a caveat. I've not owned these since 1996. They are from 1996, but I only bought them last year, and it's these original Chaos Metal Terminators. Stick these in a sock, and you've got yourself a pretty nifty weapon. No, they're really, really heavy, big, chunky bits of metal. I really, really, really wanted these when I was younger, but couldn't afford them. I was a poor student. So now I own them. Do you ever get miniature intimidation where you finally get a miniature, but you're like, I don't want to paint it now. That's what I've done with these. So these are 30 years old. They came out in 1996. So I've wanted them for years though. They're lovely. They've got tusks and great big spikes and skulls. They're just classic Chaos 40k. But yeah, 1996, not painted.
Interesting. Well, mine. I've got some first edition box Metal Infinity figures. Which I think they're from about 2005. I want to say. I don't tend to. If I don't I don't know why I've still got those, because I tend to move things on if I've decided that I'm not going to use them at all. But I loved Infinity, first and second, and even third. I really enjoyed it. And then everyone that I played with just suddenly decided they didn't want to play it anymore and sold all their stuff. And then, you know, it's just never interested me to get back into. I've got boxes of scenery, sci-fi scenery that I've just not done. I built like a whole sort of Neo Tokyo Blade Runner-esque. So using the original TT Combat.
Right, yeah.
Their first MDF ranges, and I did sort of graffiti decals over them and loads of stuff. I really enjoyed it. I had some great fun, really funny games. But I think the fact that you needed like a degree in quantum physics to understand the rule book at times didn't help. I remember and also, but I think it was N3 that they released, and it came in this lovely slipcase, and there was the rule book, and then there was the background book, and they said they had them as two, which I quite like. I quite like that. If you've got a game big enough, here's the rules and here's the background, right, in a separate book. Problem was, a bit thick at times, and so I was trying to find a rule, and I was searching through the fucking background book, and I couldn't find it. I was crying, and then I realised it was in the other one, and I kept on picking it. It just drives me mental. Go on, then, Dom. What about you? What's your oldest thing that's kicking around?
This may surprise you, but I actually don't think I've got that much old unpainted stuff. Only because when I used to have, I got loads of really old figures, but when I was gaming back when I first had them all, I didn't have the money to buy loads and loads of figures. I used to, everything I bought, I played with, painted and played with. So pretty much everything from back when, and I've got figures that are 20, 30, possibly even more years old. But they are pretty much all done. Now, I do find figures in boxes that I think, crikey, I've forgotten I got those, that's for sure. And some of those are pretty darn old. I don't think I really haven't got that many really old figures that aren't painted. I've got loads of newer stuff, loads of that. But yeah, it definitely, I think back to my first sort of armies were all sort of 15 mil ancients and Napoleonics, and everything was painted. It was all, I painted it up over months, and it's all seen a huge amount of table action. Yeah, I think the only thing I can think of recently I found was old 20 mil World War figure. So I started on a project, or must be probably about 15, 18 years ago now. Started on a project because we were playing a lot of rapid fire, and I was going to do a Japanese army, I think.
Right. And
so I bought some figures for that, and some of them were painted up, but I did find the rest of them unpainted. So I suppose that's probably, having said I don't have any, but that's probably the only ones I can think of, to be absolutely honest, that are really old. Because most of them are, as I say, painted up now.
Rob says he has the original silver and steel Harry Elmore sets from Raoul Partha. I have some Raoul Partha. They're painted. I do have some of those. Some of those kicking around. Yeah. Andrew's got some original Cadian shock troops.
What, the metal ones?
I think he said they're plastics.
Oh, right, I know. Yeah, very strangely, I was on Lexicanum today because I've got a load of plastic Cadian shock troops. I was trying to work out what year they came out, and the actual plastic box set. I think it said it was like 2000, 2001. It was definitely third edition. It might even be older than that. I think they're 25 years old now.
Jesus. I remember when I felt like 25 years was a long time, though.
I know.
Now I realised that it's not. It's not really, not anymore. Apparently, your mic's still playing up, Dom. I didn't get it that time.
Oh, how bizarre! I've swapped over to the other one, so
it must be something to do with StreamYard. It must be.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah.
There's that. It's not coming up like the whole time. Graham said he's got a few 20mm minifigs from 1968 that he's still not painted up.
Wow, good man.
Holy
Well
moly.
done. Well done.
Flesh Cloud has said we've made him seriously consider making a Baron's War Force. Do it. Probably
Yeah,
6
go
months
for
ready to batter people. You do it. It's a great game. It's a
good fun.
It's a really good game. It really is. Yeah, just do it. Do it. Dwarven Mustache says Lucid Eye are finally replacing AI artwork in their RPG books, which is great. Cool. That must mean they're doing well if they can pay the artists. Then hopefully that means they're doing well. Yes, I believe War Games Atlantic are doing Sea People. They've already got Sea People on STL, I believe.
Yes.
They've got sort of like other sets, as well on there. Does Lucid Eye scale well with Aventine and Victrix? I imagine they would. They are on the chunkier side, aren't they, Dom?
Yeah, definitely. I would say they're definitely with Victrix, because Victrix are, as you say, on the chunky side. Aventine are slightly smaller, aren't they? But still quite big. So yeah, I think they would. I've not lined them up with Aventine, but I would pretty well sure they would.
Yeah. So you could probably do something fairly cool there. Yorkshire, great to see the Bear Tapestry. Hopefully there'll be no spoilers before you get to the end. Yeah, we'll be fine. it will be fine. Of course, Yorkshire is running his World Cup of rule sets at the moment. I believe they've all been put into their groups, and I think it starts on Thursday, doesn't it, mate? But you can go and vote. And I believe the first one is it Midgard versus Baron's War. That's going to be brutal. Hail Caesar versus Bolt Action. I mean, I know what's going to win that, but I know what I want to win it. But we won't get into that.
There's some odd matchups. I have to say, some of them I thought, bloody hell. Maybe it's just me, but I looked at them and thought, wow, I would have thought they would have been more of the favourite side of things. But there you go.
No, it's cool. It's people. I guess it's what people voted for, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yorkshire says miniature intimidation. His first Mr. Hicks figures. Yes.
Yeah.
I can imagine getting some of those on guard John Blanche ones, and then staring at them, going, I don't know what to do with this. This is a very, very awesome figure. I don't know what to do with it, and then it just kind of goes to sit. I get analysis paralysis, and just sit there, and it goes back in the box and doesn't get touched for ages. That's kind of what happened with Kingdom Death for me. I've got all the miniatures for that, but some of them are just so weird and grotesque that I just don't know how to paint this. I don't know how to approach it.
With these Chaos Terminators, while I was waiting for them to arrive, I couldn't wait for them to arrive so I could put them together and paint. I've wanted to paint these for 30 years, and I got them out and I just looked at them and I went, I can't paint these. And I put them all back in the bag, and they went into a box for about 4 or 5 months before I looked at them again. It's definitely a thing. It's definitely an affliction. It really is.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hang on, let's click the wrong thing. There we go. Where are we? Dwarven Mustache. I have Warhammer Quest Noble. I'm soon to paint, but I have some of the Warhammer Quest. I had all of the bits of Warhammer Quest, and I don't know what happened to it. I think my mum might have just thrown it all away when I moved out. I choose to believe she didn't, but I'm pretty sure she did. Carl says his oldest is some 1/300 of British World War II desert tanks from about 1985. I
actually had a whole load of those, and I sold them because we used to play them, but they were all painted, so that didn't count as mine.
Oh, here's a question from Chris, strange but true. Which old complex rule set would you like to see made more playable without losing its flavour? Go on, Dom. What are we considering old?
Yeah, exactly. What are you saying old? Oh, blimey, that's a good question. I would love to go back to something like the Bruce Quarry Napoleonic rules, because I still love I don't love the fact they're different frontages. I'd forgotten that, so I was actually looking back through them the other day. So depending on the nationality, you had different frontages. So the English or British forces were much tighter ranked than the French. And it was a bugger to fit the figures together, but that was a ball ache. But I did like the sort of the different stats on the different figures. That was great. Different troop types had different, every nationality had different abilities and stuff. I loved all that, but I'm not sure how you would make it simpler to play, to be honest. Before Baron's War, I would have said Retinue. It was really complicated. I mentioned them before now. Really complicated in the medieval skirmish rules that we used to play a lot of.
Yeah.
Great fun. You'd shoot an arrow and you'd have to work out whether it hit their little pinky. It was just the most extraordinary rule set. But great fun to play, but just took forever. So yeah, that would be another one that would have been. But I think Baron's War gives a lot of the flavour without the complications, so it's probably done.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, Baron's War I enjoy a lot, but I wouldn't say by any stretch it's a simple set. It's definitely managed. It's got a lot of. What about Steve? What about you?
I don't know. This is going to be a bit of left field. I've mentioned it before that the very, very first historical game I ever played was Body Count. It was Vietnam.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And it was because we'd been playing loads and loads of sort of 40k and stuff at the club, and sort of some of the older veteran gamers said we want to introduce you to a bit of historical gaming. So they put on so it was a proper narrative game. I had a games master and everything, and I enjoyed it. It's one of those things where because we played it a couple of times, I wasn't really. I was just doing. I want to move there. How do you do that? Roll those dice. Yada yada yada. And then in about 1994, a guy I was at college with gave me a copy. It was literally printed on like a dot matrix printer. There's no images. And I was like, wow, I'm going to start playing this. And I remember getting home and started trying to read it. And I was like, what is this? This isn't the game I played.
What language is this?
I was like, this isn't the game I played last year. And it was just charts and numbers, and I had no idea. But I really enjoyed the games that I played, probably because I didn't know the rules. So that probably doesn't sound, mad. But because I was just playing it and being directed by the dude that was running it. But to actually sit down and play the rules, it's like imagine you drive a car, you don't want, but then find out you've got to find out how the engine works. You don't want to know. As long as it drives, you don't particularly care. Yeah. And that's what I was like with this game. And then I think I've still got it somewhere. But it was impenetrable. It was really, really impenetrable. Yeah, I couldn't. Maybe I was just a bit thick back then, but I just couldn't. It would not go into my brain. And yeah, it was really weird. This guy came up to me and just handing me this printed off copy of Body Count. I was like, it was just so bizarre.
It is weird though. I can remember many games when I was very young going down to one of the clubs and playing. Nowadays I want to know the rules. I want to read them. I want to work out what I'm doing and everything else. But back then it didn't seem to matter. It was like, here's your command. This is what you can do with them. Get on with it, kind of thing. And it seemed to be quite a lot of fun even then. I don't know, it's odd. I don't know, with just, as you say, just us at that age maybe didn't need to think about it so much. Maybe just get too invested in the rules now.
I really enjoyed it. It was a great setup. There was we played it on the big 8-foot table, no, the big 12-foot table at the club, and we had helicopters coming in and landing, and it was brilliant. And again, I had no idea what the rules were, but I really enjoyed the games. Then we played it using they would have been like 1/72. I think they were like Eschi figures. But yeah, it was as an introduction to a historical war game. You couldn't get any better. The setup fantastic. It was really, really well run. But then I got given the rules.
See, I'll go slightly left field because I don't really have any old wargaming sets that I really want, that I would like to be rewritten. So I'll go for an RPG, and I'll say MERP, Middle Earth Role Playing by ICE, because that game, I know, as a young someone who's I think I was about 13 when I got it. I read Lord of the Rings and I really wanted to play a game. Now I wasn't sort of so I know you could just play Dungeons and Dragons that set it in the Lord of the Rings, but I wanted to play Merp. I had all these really cool books. Oh my god, they were impenetrable. They were the chart the chart to move, and it felt almost the way being certainly me and my friends, we felt like we tried to understand it, and we felt because we didn't deserve to play it because we didn't get it. We didn't get it. It's like, no, you don't get this. This is a higher plane of you need to be on a higher plane to understand this. You don't, because I was watching, I saw people play it and they were great, and these big narrative moments, taking part in the Battle of Pelennor Fields and Helm's Deep. We couldn't even work out how to move around like a meadow. I remember vividly, there was like a group of orcs at the bottom, like camped around a ruin, and we were like at the top and of a meadow and some in all these crags and all that. And we were basically put your plan together, and then we rolled, and it was like, well, you've moved 10 foot and you stood on a twig, and then the orcs just nailed us with arrows. And it actually felt like the game was saying, no, you don't deserve to play this. You don't. You're not. This game isn't for you. Other people have said Laserburn.
Oh yes.
Empire. Shaco Rules. DBA. I thought DBA might come up.
No, you can't do DBA. No.
Squad Leader. Body
now, Squad Leader is a brilliant shout. I used to love that as a board game.
In the Grand Manor. WRG 6th. What else have we got here? Any of the Bruce Ree Harpoon.
Oh god, Harpoon. Oh my god, that was another rule set I remember getting that was just completely impossible to read. Just the most it's a Cold War naval game, and it was just wow. I think, bloody hell, I have no idea what it's about.
To the sound of the guns. I'm glad to see, Ewok Kobab, Merp was completely incomprehensible, but the critical hit tables were entertaining. Yeah, but he only ever got used against us. I think we played two games, I think we played, and then it just got packed up. And then I sold the books on eBay when we moved house about 3 years ago, and I made quite a lot of money.
We played Merp at our club. We had a relatively short campaign. I might have mentioned it earlier this year, where I said as part of one of the things we were doing, we had to assault this tavern. There was like hostages being held inside this tavern, and there's about 7 or 8 of us in this campaign, and we set up this really complex plan where you go down there, you go through the back, we'll go through the window. And as soon as we started moving, everything just went completely to pot. Nothing worked, and we all it was just awful.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. Yeah. I have a fond memory of the books, and that's as far as it sort of went. Really,
I saw Clanger's Major Clanger's comment about Squad Leader. There is, I believe, a computerized version of that coming out. I think Slithering, who do a lot of war game computer games, they've got the rights apparently to reproduce the game as a computer game, which I have to say I'm quite excited about. Because that was a game and a half. Squad Leader, wow, that was good. It was a board game. Used to play hours and hours of that. Jeez. Oh, well, by the way, just in case anyone knew.
No, that sounds good. Merp was the dumb version of Rollmaster. That makes me feel. That's Andy. No, Merp looked amazing, and I want to believe it was amazing, but I just was never. I just couldn't be that person.
You weren't worthy.
I was not worthy of that game. No.
Speaking of RPGs, Martin, this is a really obscure one that we played this not very long. We must have had about 4 or 5 sessions. I think it was called Millennium's End.
Yeah, I know Millennium's End.
It was near future, and you all played as you were a group of mercenaries working for a big corporation. You were sent out on these high tech missions. Again, we didn't get on with it. The best role play game we did get on with, we played it for months, was we did a Star Wars role play, which was really, really good. I was a Jawa. Was
that the West Wind one before Wizards of the Coast took it over? Was that like the D6s mainly? Because they had it for ages.
I can't remember which system it was.
It was a brilliant system. It just used like dice pool mechanics with D6, and they had all of the they created so many sort of source books for all of the expanded universe novels, and you could just buy books just full of ships.
That sounds close, but I remember it being compared to, having played MERP and Millennium's End and a few others, that it was the one I enjoyed the most because it was it was quite simple compared to the other ones, and it was really good. Like I said, I was a Jawa entrepreneur with a Wookiee bodyguard. It was brilliant.
And now you're just the Wookiee.
Now I'm just the Wookiee.
I did enjoy it. We played a really long Star Wars campaign, but I set it in the Knights of the Old Republic era before the computer games came out. It was because the Dark Horse comics had come out, and they released a source book for it, and it was really, really cool, because there was no sort of empire or anything like that, and it was, well, I say low tech. Everything you had to kind of roll because everything was a bit more faulty, and I just brutalized my players because you could just essentially torture them with all these cool force powers, or if it kind of go wrong. And so that was a lot of fun. But then they lost the license, and then Wizards of the Coast got it. I don't know who's got it at the minute. Fantasy Flight had it. I don't know if there is a current Star Wars role-playing game. Fantasy Flight had it for a while, because they used their crazy proprietary dice mechanics for it. Steers an end.
I can't unsee that now, James.
I mean, that's fair.
That is fair. I can't argue with that. I really can't argue with that.
Jeez. We have got to. We will have to play. We will have to do an RPG at some point. Like I said, I really am looking into the new version of Pendragon. It looks absolutely awesome, and the material they're releasing for it's really cool. They've got like an Age of Vikings one as well, which I was looking at. I could use all the bloody Victrix figures because you're like this, Dom. You can make it historical, or you can add in just a touch of mysticism and fantasy, or just go completely historical and just go and raid Lindisfarne, and stuff like that. Which I thought that could be amusing. Yeah. So yeah, it's no, there's a lot of stuff out there that I'm interested in. Martin is definitely a halfling. He has to straighten his head and I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna swear I fucking hate halflings in D&D. I don't want them in wargaming. I hate them in role-playing games. I hate them. I got a bit like Animal Companions. I went out of my way to kill anyone if they were I would throw everything at them. I'd just target them just because they're annoying and they just have all these ridiculous skill bonuses, and they just Shaker, I nearly spent too much on the free league stand at UKG. Yes, I avoid free league stand because all their books are really high quality and all look really, really nice. Fantasy Flight games, I had Edge of the Empire, some great ideas and lovely character development trees. Yeah, but again, just crazy dice mechanics. What else have we got? Hate halflings, but I know I like the halflings in like Wargame. Like I've got all Hicks's halflings to do. I've done a load of them. I've got some more to do. But I just want to. I just don't like people playing some in my RPGs. Ewok Kebab, I did Star Wars games with Trandoshan who liked to dabble in first aid. Of course, he assumed every race could grow their limbs back. Everyone thought he felt better when he brandished a medikit. That's awesome stuff. Awesome. No, we'll have to take. But what would you guys say? People are watching. What should we do? Should we just do like a D&D game, or should we do like Pendragon and all be squires, do some medieval stuff, or should we go try and do some Call of Cthulhu and just send everybody a little bit? I've got Acton Cthulhu, if you want to, which is an amazing game. It does take everything to a different place.
I can imagine. Yeah, anything Cthulhu related would be right up my tentacle-filled dark alleyway.
I was about to say I'd be quite happy to do something weird, but then you came out with that, and I think, oh, maybe that's going a step. Just like when you've got to ease yourself into something, you don't want to go leaping straight down to a Cthulhu level, maybe.
I have a beautiful book for a game I've never played. Hang on, let me grab it. Mainly because to play it, I'm going to have to go and buy a shitload of stuff. So I bought this. Come on. I really want to play this. So this is called The Fate of the Norns Ragnarok. I bought it because I really like the cover. So basically, in this, Ragnarok is actually happening, and you are immortal. Trying to basically, Ragnarok is going to happen in end of the world, and it's basically how long you can survive. But the artwork and everything in this is amazing. But in it, you don't roll dice; you draw runes out of the bag. So you need a full set of Viking runes, and you draw them out the bag. And depending on what you draw out, depends on what actions you can take and what skills you can use. And then you leave them out the bag, and eventually you work your way down through what's left in the bag, and you know that something, what's in there. So there's a little bit of prediction, but it can go incredibly wrong. It does mean that every player needs a bag of runes, and those things are not cheap. I mean, I know I could just print them on a piece of paper. I mean, you say, oh, it's just a bag. I mean, I could print them, but that's a lot of effort.
No.
That's a lot of effort. Cthulhu set in Derby.
Cthulhu, isn't it?
Jamie was in Derby the other week and stumbled across a tiger bar for the first time. In fact, it had a tunnel leading to the old courthouse cell. Steph in there. Hey, Lynn, how you doing? Thank you for dropping in. I know I can make my own by painting them on stones, but that's I'm gonna have how many runes are there in the set, in like in the runic alphabet, and I've got to do it 4 or 5 times, painting on stones. And I could be painting.
Steve, we're not worth it. You say Martin doesn't love us enough to do it.
I'm definitely not doing it. I'm definitely not doing it for you lot. Don't do that. 24. Okay, there are 24. All right. Right, that's awesome. Let me load up the pictures. The Facebook group has been going through some. There's been a lot of variety in the last thing. It's been eclectic. So
it's been an interesting tussle between the historical and the weird. You think suddenly weird is all taking control, and suddenly there'll be a deluge of historicals. It's kind of fun to see just the sheer variety of everything.
Yeah,
brilliant.
I've actually noticed something else that's crept in, which is scale models. There's quite a lot of ethics getting posted.
Yes, which is great.
Which I didn't realise until I was actually collecting the photos for tonight.
Someone even apologised for putting it up, and I meant to respond to them saying, "Don't apologise. It's all modelling's fine on this too. It's
oh god,
yeah, we love that." Great.
That was before becoming getting into wargaming. That was my thing. I did Airfix and Matchbox scale modelling really, really badly.
Wow.
It was just.
I did until I discovered the joy of putting firecrackers in them or setting petrol on the back of them and throwing them off roofs and things to see what the effect was.
But you wouldn't do that with a modern one, Dom, and the amount.
Oh God, no! I mean,
Yeah, bloody hell.
I can't remember whether I told this story before, so if I have, I'm old and I repeat them all the time. But I think this godfather of mine worked at one of the I can't remember which airfield it was, but he worked on the early it was called the Swift aircraft. It was one of the very early rocket planes that Britain had in the Air Force when we had an Air Force before Ken got involved in the military somewhere. It was a beautiful old model. It was a massive thing. It was about that wide in wingspan, and it was about that long. It was metal, and it came on a stand. And me and my mate Dave, we used to go off. He lived a great big bank where he lived. There was a big bank at the back of his house, and that's where we'd go and chuck planes off, set fire to them, and chuck them off, and what have you. And for some reason, I decided to take this great big Swift model, which probably now would be worth an absolute fortune because it's some kind of replica thing of it. And we were chucking it off the thing, even though it was metal and solid as a brick. It didn't do very well being chucked off the top of that and got bent and broken. But anyway, yeah. Happy days.
Happy days.
Happy days of destruction.
Destruction. Yeah.
Right. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, so first up we have Alex. Now I don't know if Alex is prepping for 11th edition, but I did really like this.
Oh, lovely.
So,
wow.
Very cool. That is really cool. Don't see a lot of bikes, the Space Marine bikes, but I do like a bike. Then from one set of Ultramarines to another set of Ultramarines, but the Napoleonic kind, Jason has been working on Sunday. Look at those.
Oh, wow. I mean, the wrong
Also
side,
like
obviously, but very nice.
But he also looks like he's doing 36-man battalions. So,
yeah.
So
Yorkshire would be happy.
Very nice. Really nice. So, that do it for you, Steve?
No. I can appreciate them. I mean, they're very, very well painted, but that just gives me chest pains looking at that.
I know, very cool. Jamie has been inspired by Alex from Storm of Steel. And goes, look at those.
They're cracking.
Oh, lovely.
Very, very.
See, that's nice. I think those are amazing. But like Steve, for the Napoleon, they give me chest pains. They are lovely though.
Oh, I like them lots. Very nice.
Basing is awesome.
Yeah, very nice.
Very cool. One day I'll do some boats, ships. Before James says it in the chat. Very cool. James has been working on stuff for pillage. Check this out. Look at all these.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
Well, I like those things to burn. Lots to burn.
They will burn.
They will burn. Will it burn? It will burn.
It will burn.
Very nice. Lynn is working on Bretonians for the old world.
Oh, nice.
I really like the shield. That's very cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Very nice.
Yeah. Really, really nice. I can see. Is it old world gearing up for a new edition or something?
I think so. I've seen. I've been recommended quite a few videos about whether a new edition is on the horizon. How long's that been back for now?
2 years, I think.
Oh.
So they'll be gearing up for one if they do them sort of in 3 year cycles.
Yeah, normally 3 years. Yeah,
it's normally 3 years. So yeah, there'll be one on the way. So I better get rid of this. I've got one of the rule books. I should just maybe get rid of it. It's probably worth nothing, but yeah. So Lewis is working on what now? Can you remember what these were called, Dom? You put some up last week. These are some more.
Red ones. That's what they're called. Red ones.
They are red ones.
We'll
give him that. We'll give him that. These are corn berserkers, and very nice to do. Lots of gold, little brass rather, and red. Very nice. Yeah, just some anger. Yes, you can. Yeah, feel the
anger issue. Okay.
Martin, he started on the Barons War.
Nice.
These are some of the metals. Very cool.
Very nice.
Nice fort in the background as well. Then Matt He's been working on some scale models.
Nice.
Nice. That is nice.
That's a really nice. I like the paint job on that. Really nice.
I know, it's almost like he gets paid to do painting, isn't it?
I know, it's almost.
Very cool. Very nice. And then Matthew, he's working on Old World stuff. He's his hand gunners. Matthew always paints these. He has such awesome color choices.
I know.
He paints things in colors that I would not dare. And he makes it work, which I'm kind of jealous about, because I know I would do that, and it would just be, a mess. It would be ridiculous. But no, they are very, very cool. Very, very nice. Paul has been working on some Germans. These are War Games Atlantic ones, aren't they? So
no, they're
very nice.
They're not.
They're Warlord from the support.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay. I stand corrected.
I think they are anyway. I think it's the officer. I think that's that.
I think it's just because they look in sort of uncombative poses, and the only person that I really associate with War Games Atlantic. Okay, awesome. No, they look cool. Either way. Sean has been. He said he printed these off. These are these ACW figures, so they fitted in with his Epic stuff.
Oh, cool.
So just to add a bit of variety. So that's very cool to see some of that in there. Always fun to see. Robin has been working on Epic stuff. There you go.
Oh, nice.
Look at those. He's quite good at painting, isn't he? Annoying. He's enjoying that. And then Steve Evans, he's been doing something. Now this kit, I believe he said, I can't remember when he said this kit was from. Is it 60s?
That looks a very old kit.
That looks very old.
Yeah, bloody hell, that looks old.
Look at that.
That is
Look at that. Very, very cool. Stephen worked on a Blood Angel. So there's definitely, I guess it's just, even if people aren't going to be playing the new edition of the 40k, I think obviously, people are getting their getting a bit of a fix at the minute, aren't they? Mate, like Steve.
Yeah.
So got it. And then my favorite, which was posted up today, we've seen, guys, Saiji, check out his Burgundian cavalry. Look at these.
Oh my lord, look at them.
Because not long ago, but I'd planned out a whole Burgundian army and then gone, do you know what? I don't want to do this because I've done the Wars of the Roses. And then it's seeing stuff like this where, actually, that is.
I think my trousers might have exploded.
That is phenomenal.
Wow.
Yeah, as Paul says, glorious. I think that's the
glorious. That's the word.
Thing. Yeah,
that is the word.
Excellent stuff. Brilliant stuff. Well, look, I know it's been a bit of a chilled outing, but thank you for hanging out with us. Where are we? I'm not. Well, I may or may not be here next week. It's because Haley's going to a 90s weekend event in Minehead. It's just filled with boy bands, I think, from the 90s. I'm staying home to look after my children from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I don't know when she's getting back on the Monday. So if she's back and in a fit enough state, I will be on the stream. If not, I'll be looking after my children.
Nice.
But let me just grab here we are. There we are. So we're Steve.
Oh yes.
There we go. Yes. How do you like your hobby?
On toast.
In what way?
So this is going to be, imagine sort of a Venn diagram type thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And do you prefer modeling? Do you prefer painting? Are you a competitive gamer? Are you not a gamer? Are you just like the lore? Do you not even paint figures at all? Because I think everyone would have a different sort of Venn diagram of their hobbying exploits.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Okay. Excellent.
We're going to be joined also by Alex.
Oh yes,
Phil is coming on. So
he's doing the rounds, isn't he? 'Cause he's on
he's doing the rounds.
He's on the.
He
As
is.
he
He's on the
refers to
circuit,
himself
John.
as the fifth Beatle, so he's coming on.
He's on almost as much as Ken, to be fair.
He is, to be fair.
Excellent. All right. And then the week after that, I'm definitely not here because it's my daughter's 10th birthday, and I will be lynched if I'm not here. And then we're over on Dom's channel. Have we got it confirmed?
We have
guest?
the guy who wrote Highest Throne, Luke, is coming on to talk about not just about that particular supplement, but I wanted to talk to him about kind of the process of writing a supplement like that, because I don't know about you guys, but I always think what Warlords do with their supplements is so good. I'm kind of interested to talk to somebody about the process they go through, how long it takes, just what you do to produce something. So if anyone's thinking about doing them, I know Tim Napoleon Gamer is looking at doing his own supplement at the moment for Napoleonic period, and just sort of what it takes to do it. So that's what Luke's going to come on and talk about.
Excellent stuff. No, it will look forward to it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for choosing to spend the evening with us. Remember, you can find all the links and all the shill stuff down below. We will be back. Well, these guys will be back next week. I might be back next week. Otherwise, I'll see you in 3 Mondays' time. Hang on, no, I won't see you till next month
because there isn't one. The one at the end of the month.
There's no one at the end of the month, so I will then see you in July. But I will still be around the group. But anyway, I hope you all have.
See, I think we should reduce his money this month because he's not here enough. Yeah, definitely.
We'll speak to HR, see what they say.
I
There.
thought you were about to say you speak to Haley then. I was like, that. There will be some crack on news coming up as well, but we'll post about that in the group. But other than that, have a wicked week, and we will see you all again soon. So take care of yourselves.
Have a good week, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.